The streets of San Francisco don't always lead to a golden gate. For some, they lead to a life of crime, and the gate is made of prison bars. But there's one street leading ex-cons, prostitutes, and drug users to a better place. The opportunity there is golden, and as Bob McEwen reports, it's offering more than just a road out. It's offering hope.
Can I get you something to drink?
You know, I'd like some mineral water.
Would you like a twist of lemon or lime?
Lemon.
Okay, thanks.
Denise Brown has more than 10 years' experience in a service industry. It wasn't the restaurant business.
I was a prostitute since I was 12. I used drugs heavily. You know, I didn't care about anything. I stole.
It is perhaps the only restaurant in the country where your waitress is likely to have been a hooker. Your rotisserie chef an armed robber, and your kitchen staff a bunch of heroin addicts.
I remember telling one of my customers, and she was like totally shocked. She just kept staring at me all day, you know. Oh, no, not you, you know, just kind of giving me that look, and she couldn't believe it.
There are a lot of surprises here. The restaurant is just one of the many businesses owned and operated by the residents of the Delancey Street Foundation. They live here as a large extended family in the country's most successful rehabilitation center. But they're not the Brady Bunch.
They're pretty vicious, they're violent, they're bitter, they're petty. They feel they've been betrayed, and they betray everybody and everything around them.
Just follow the lead.
And they've been written off by everyone but the woman who's run Delancey Street for the past 21 years, Dr. Mimi Silbert.
Just about everything that has to do with hope, and that's what America was supposed to be about, is people making their dreams come true. Those are totally foreign concepts to the people who come to Delancey Street.
So that's open heart like this tonight. Right there.
When I came here, there wasn't anything left. There was nothing left. There were no more stories. There were no other ways to glorify it. There was no way to make it okay. It was, I came in with my hands up saying, I surrender, please help me. I don't want to go back to the penitentiary.
Make me an angel.
Richard DeCoy was a bank robber and a drug abuser. He spent 9 years here in maximum security at San Quentin.
The day I came to Delancey Street, I was on the elevator in handcuffs and shackled on my feet, and I was getting ready to go to Delancey Street. And the person that I seen on the elevator was my mother, who was also shackled, who was also in handcuffs.
Robert Rocha also spent time in San Quentin.
Yes.
A gang member and a thief who grew up on the streets of San Francisco's Tenderloin district, he began shooting heroin at 13.
The kind of guy that I turned out to be was the kind of guy that ended up turning his sister out on heroin. And you know, I went to juvenile hall for about 27 armed robberies. Ended up going to prison for a burglary, and ended up coming to Delancey for sales of heroin.
The average, I guess, person that comes through the door has been in and out of the penitentiary system 3 times. It's been in on the average of 10, 11 years.
And for most of them, crime is a family tradition.
You know, I always viewed myself as the victim because I didn't have a father that was there. He was in and out of the penitentiary, and he sold dope, and he gave me dope, and I followed his lead, and I just got caught up in that whole lifestyle, and my uncle's the same, and my grandfather the same.
It's what made it all the more difficult for DeCoy to trade these gates for this one.
It starts by pushing the doorbell.
Which seems a small enough gesture, but I gather for many people, including yourself, is the major event of their lifetime.
It's the first step. It's the first step.
Just as immigrants at the turn of the century came to Delancey Street in New York to begin a new life, stepping through this gate means entering a new world and leaving the old one behind.
Well, y'all, it's time to make that change. We are the people who can do it.
We take anybody. You know, I mean, with the exception of repeat sex offenders, arsonists, all you need is that your life doesn't work and that you don't know how to make it work, and that you come and you've asked us for some help.
It's time to make that change.
Some are sentenced to Delancey Street by the courts. Others simply walk in off the street.
Now, can you recognize a newcomer when you see one around here?
Yeah, it's the ones that look scared to death. When they come here, we provide everything that the resident needs, from education to training to clothing to food to board. And then we go right over, we show them around a little bit, and then we take them right over to the dining room and give them to Shirley.
How you doing? Welcome to Delancey Street. You gonna get him a tie?
Come on, let's go get you a tie.
The way we work it is, I'll teach you, somebody who's been here 8 months will teach me, and they're learning from somebody who's been here 2 years.
In every area of what we do here, the whole focus is on you being a normal, caring individual, not an ass, or not a person that's always out to jug or be vicious or nasty to somebody. You already know how to do that. You've lived a lifetime doing that.
No one knows better than Shirley Lamar.
I spent about 22 years being a junkie and a prostitute. And I literally did everything it took to stay loaded, to get money, and all the other, everything else that goes along with the streets.
It was a life she learned from her mother and passed on to her daughter, who's still on the streets. She also has a son in prison.
This is our home, so you're not gonna like act out here.
Now she looks more like an investment banker, a transformation that's taken 2.5 years.
The way Delancey Street works is that we change you from the outside in.
The first thing I used to have to learn how to stop doing was holding my feet wide open. So, you know, that's how I used to always walk, like that. So, you know, people, you know, when I came here, people had to show me how to walk normal.
So you lied. I lied.
Once they're willing to change the outside, the inside follows. And that's when the hard work begins.
And it's so petty that I don't even know why we're even having this conversation with you, but this is the process that we have to go through constantly to teach you people there's no need to do this anymore.
The process is called getting a haircut. Screw up and the other residents will straighten you out.
It's a very childish issue, Richard, very childish. You should feel really ashamed of yourself.
For many, it's the first time in their lives that they're held accountable for their behavior.
Please don't let this happen again. Don't. Good night.
I had been in Delancey Street about, I don't know, 6 months, and I was being, you know, I had started, you know, I was lying a lot. You know, it started to catch up with me, the guilt. And the guy told me, you know, he sprung me in a room and he started yelling at me and told me that I had to stop being that kind of a guy. And, you know, I remember thinking to myself, and I remember the tears coming and me telling myself that if I didn't make a change, that nobody ever was in my life going to do it for me.
And the only thing that seems to change someone who would rob you and beat you to get a fix is being held to a higher standard by people who've been thieves and addicts themselves.
I never thought I could be anything else but a gang member. And for someone to tell me I could be something else, for someone to show me how to nail a hammer, for someone to show me how to build a house.
You worked on this?
Yeah, you know, we had to handcraft them. We had no blueprints. You know, I took a lot of pride in that. And I took a lot of thought to make me think that, hey, someone for once in their life was believing me and telling me I could be something.
This is the house that someone showed him how to build. With some outside expertise, some donated land, and a bank loan, the residents of Delancey Street supplied 90% of the labor and built themselves a new home in just 3 years.
Some days were very long. We worked whatever really it took. 6, 7 days a week, 14, 16 hours a day sometimes.
But at least at the end of all of that, you got to live here and enjoy it.
Much, much different from the 4-by-9-foot cell that I lived in for years before I came here.
We're not funded. We get no government, federal, or none of that kind of funding. We make our own money. We have businesses, training schools.
The businesses make about $6.5 million a year, but that's not their main purpose.
You learn how to some work habits. You learn how to get up in the morning, come down to breakfast, then go to work, you know, and try to work through the day without getting into a brawl with someone.
And there is life after Delancey Street. In the past 2 decades, 10,000 people have graduated from here after an average stay of 4 years. According to one study, the vast majority is still leading law-abiding lives.
That's one measure for us. Another measure is how many doors we've opened, because Delancey Street has fought for the first ex-felon to be admitted to the bar, for the first ex-felon to get a real estate license, for the first ex-felon to be able to vote.
In fact, Delancey Street has been so successful that its ex-felons are going back to jail.
Hi, Mom, I'm home.
The California Department of Corrections contacted me and asked if we would do something totally innovative. They have hired Delancey Street residents to go into the prison and to interview parole violators who are coming out.
When you come back, do you still get that feeling in the pit of your stomach?
Yeah,
What is it?
every time. Kind of a nauseating feeling.
Can you truly imagine the possibility of being here again, inside?
No, I don't think my mind lets that picture happen, but I know that it's a long trip out and a short trip back.
You gotta aim, no?
As for Robert Rocha, whose mother and sister are still in prison, he believes the success of Delancey Street is not what it means for him, but for his son.
I remember how it was for me, and I remember how it was for me growing up, and how angry I became, and how many injustices I built up, you know, thinking why me, why does life turn out this way for me? And now that I look at him, you know, I know that it ain't never gonna be that way, then I'm gonna make a difference.
Cool. Ragu introduces Chicken Tonight simmer sauces, and suddenly everybody's saying,
I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight, chicken tonight.
Choose from 6 new sauces. Each one's made with real vegetables and herbs, so you can make dishes like country French chicken and chicken cacciatore. Just brown the chicken, simmer, and serve.
I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight.
New Chicken Tonight simmer sauces from Ragu.
Chicken tonight.
Detective Frank Keller thinks he's met the woman of his dreams.
I believe in animal attraction. I believe in love at first sight.
But sometimes when love is blind,
I believe in this.
it can also be deadly.
There's some psycho woman out there killing guys.
She's a suspect, Frank. She's not the shooter.
What are you looking for?
Al Pacino, Ellen Barkin, John Goodman.
This is getting out of hand.
Sea of Love, Saturday.
What are you looking for?
That's Street Stories for tonight. We won't be around for the next few weeks while you get a chance to watch the Winter Olympics, but we'll be back February 27th, and we'll look for you then. In the meantime, I'll see you Sundays on 60 Minutes. This week in a conversation with Anita Hill. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ed Bradley. Good night.
Nine nights to go until television's greatest drama begins, the Olympic Winter Games on CBS. Get ready to share a moment with the world. Opening ceremonies a week from Saturday, and the exciting figure skating and downhill skiing a week from Sunday on CBS. Street Stories, a production of CBS News. For a transcript of Street Stories, send $5 to Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039.
When the tough shot has to be made, it's good to have friends. The AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am this weekend on CBS.